I did it.
My name is Matthew, and I have tiny hands, much tinier than what I would call regular hands. And this is a day in my life. Hey, should we get some paper towels? I'll put that on the list. And I don't know, I think being a parent with tiny hands, it hasn't been any different than people with regular hands, I don't think.
Yeah. Wait, were you born with like that way?
Of course, son. Yeah, I was born with tiny hands, and that's just how it's gone. Childhood was difficult. You know, when I was really young, I don't think it was noticeable as much because my hands were just small because I was small. But now that I'm an adult, it's much more noticeable.
Since you're like metal now, it's gonna be really hard for you to open this door.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? And you know, my son notices that things take a little bit longer to do.
But it would make more sense if they're small.
It would make sense. In fact, my whole body should be small, tiny, but it's not. Just the hands are. Yeah.
Like,
there's a person that I saw online that was born in Australia with tiny feet, similar to my tiny hands. They've got a difficult time too, but their hands are regular size. Just their feet are tiny. How do you feel about having a dad with tiny hands?
Kind of good.
Yeah.
Kind of and kind of bad, kind of.
Oh, okay. How so?
Half good, half bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, even if I do a high five, like...
It's a different high five, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, if I was grabbing your hand, it would actually cover your entire hand and not my hand.
That's true.
I would never, ever do that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
It does. I got it.
Oh.
There they are.
You teach them chatting and
Yeah. I'll take, yeah, we'll get a 10-pack, 2 10-packs, and they'll be all chocolate tidbits. What?
Friday, I know how you have keystones.
Yeah.
They're actually useless.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have dreams where my hands are bigger than regular size, and I have large hands, and you know, I can pick up things with one hand. You know, I can pick up my son, and I can hug somebody and make it actually a real hug, not just like I'm, you know, trying to hold on to something, but actually give feeling to it. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but one of these days, maybe it'll be okay, and you know, tiny hands will be accepted in the world. I don't know. You know, these are just thoughts that go through my head. But if you see a person like me with tiny hands, look them in the eye. You know, ask them how their day is going. You know, don't stare at their hands. It's the last thing that they want. They know their hands are tiny. They don't need you to tell them that. You know, challenges are abound. Try going to the bathroom with tiny hands. You know, trying to go number 2. It's not an easy task, let me tell you. And quite often, you know, you end up with stink finger, and that's not fun. In my case, it's stink hand, really. But anyway, that's kind of gross, and I'll carry on. But my point is that every day is a challenge, and I don't want people to feel bad for me because of it. It's what I live with. I manage just fine. I mean, I drive a vehicle, and I have a job, and a family, and, you know, if you didn't see my hands, you would think this guy is, you know, and you know, do I sometimes wish that I was born with regular hands? Yeah. There's all those days happen all the time. Am I thankful that my son has regular hands? Yeah, I am, because, you know, that was too tough. But yeah, there are those days, you know, regularly. I wish I had regular hands. You know, those days happen all the time. You know, and then there's those days where I'm like, you know, I'm just thankful to be me and to be alive. You know, I'm fine with my hands the way they are. It's all I've known. So, you know, I see people that can pick up things easily. They can throw a ball, no problems. I can't even play basketball, and I like basketball, but who can dribble with these things? I have to use 2 hands to pick up a cup of coffee like a 2-year-old, but 2-year-olds don't even drink coffee. I just wish that sometimes people would see me as someone who is just a person. You know, just because my hands are tiny doesn't mean I'm not a person. It doesn't mean I don't have feelings. You know, I've got a big heart, and even though I've got tiny hands, I can still accomplish a lot. You know, going to the grocery store or just being out and about, you know, you get the stares. People don't understand. I think they get scared because they don't get it, you know. And I don't blame them, I guess, because tiny hands are kind of weird, and not many people have them. I'm the only one that I know that has tiny hands. You know, I just, you know, when I'm at the store, just stop staring. You know, let me get my stuff and carry on with my day. But that's just what I have to go through. It's a big world out there, and even bigger if you've got tiny hands. Sometimes I have dreams where my hands are bigger than regular size, and I have large hands, and I can pick up things. Tiny hand problems. Yes, we're gonna be going out for dinner tonight, and it's always tough when you go out in public, especially at a restaurant. You're trying to eat, and people are staring at your hands, and there's not much you can do about it, right? So, you try and put these mitts on a burger, and sometimes it's really hard. I'll order the kids' burger sometimes. I'll order like 3 of them just because I can't really put my hands on it. I want one of those big burgers, but it just gets messy, and the cutlery is really hard to hold, and then you gotta eat a burger with cutlery, and then people are staring again. So, but Sam wants to go out for dinner, so guess we'll go out for dinner. Oh yeah. Okay. The Piper's Pale Ale? Yep. Thank you. This is going to be very difficult, but I've done it before.
Dad?
Is it all going? I saw another guy came around to take your order.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Is the onion ring tree coming?
I'll go check on those. Back this way.
I think at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is whether you have tiny hands or tiny feet or a tiny face, that you should just be happy regardless. Be happy with who you are. I've had these tiny hands for close to 40 years, and I'm not going to let it bring me down. That's not going to help my family, myself, the people in my life. I'm not going to get anywhere. I march forward proudly with my tiny hands. I salute proudly with my tiny hands if I had something to salute to, but you get my point. Just maybe if we can move forward in a direction where everyone is okay with tiny hands, that the world will be a better place. I want that world for myself. I want that world for my son, and I want that world for anyone else who goes through life with tiny limbs and whatnot. So just be kind to tiny hands.
I love you, son.
I too.
Good night. See you in the morning.
Good morning.
Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams.